Hi, I'm Payal, passionate about personal mastery and parenting. Here I share my views, techniques, insights, and learnings that help me to become a better parent and a better human being. Today, we are going to start a series on harmful effects of various screens like TV, mobiles, computers, laptops, iPads on ourselves and our kids, and how to de-addict from this digital world. Welcome to Payal's Life Coaching. Let's grow together. First of all, let's understand that what is screen time. The time spent on the screens that I just named is screen time. I hope that makes sense. Well, we all know that how much we are addicted to these screens. This seems to be our best friends when no one is around. We quickly hook up onto it immediately when we are free, even for a minute. But do we really understand that how harmful it is, especially for our kids? Let's dive into it. Number one is brain development is hampered. Do you know the maximum brain development takes place by the age of 7 and then further building takes place by the age of 12 or 13. But the child's brain is smaller in size and more sensitive than adults. So radiations harm them more than adults. There are certain cases reported where child's neurology get disturbed. Since we don't see immediate harmful effects in our kids, so we allow these screens to be babysitters. Are we going to awaken when something worse like this happens? Think about it. Number two is kids are becoming angry, rebellious and misbehaving. The parts of brain that are supposed to be developing are becoming addicted. These screens offer high stimulation. The visual, the auditory, the movement, it is the best it can be. Why would they like your scoldings when their favorite actor or character is entertaining them on the screen? Hence, there is rebel, anger and frustration because they don't know how to handle this dopamine rush. Number three is child's creativity and imagination is hampered. Imagine when you tell a story to a child, say a princess story, then the child imagines the prince, the princess, the castle and other characters in the story as and when they pop up. But when they see it in a form of a video, everything is given on the platter. They need not create those images themselves in their minds, and which is very important for the development of these cells, which leads to creativity and imagination. There is a critical period for development of each brain cell. And you know that all the people who are successful on this planet are creators and dreamers. Where are we taking this generation to? Will they be able to create or dream in future if everything is given on the platter? Number four is child is learning to have fragmented attention. Is your child able to focus on the work at hand? More often than not, they are distracted by the pings, the buzzes all around from the various screens. How can they learn to be focused when there is distraction all around? Next harmful effect is kids are learning to live alone. When they have these virtual friends with them all around, they don't prefer to go and interact with their real life friends. Hence, the frontal lobe, the part of the brain which is responsible for social interaction, is becoming less developed. Thereby, these kids would have problem in making new friends, them initiating talk, developing empathy and various social skills. Are we ready for this? Think about it. Next is kids are learning to emulate their superheroes. When they see their superheroes, Spider-Man, Superman, Avengers, showing physical aggression, they learn that showing aggression by physically is being powerful. And whatever they see or hear is going to shape up their entire life. Isn't this a very dangerous learning for these digital babies? Next harmful effect is health problems in the kids. When kids eat food, they want some or the other screen in front of them because they don't want to get bored. Since they don't want to get bored, we also provide them screens happily, thinking that at least my child is eating. I have also done this mistake, and right now I'm on my mission to de-addict my child. I'll be sharing my tips and techniques soon because they are really working in another video. But the point is, when the child eats with the screen, the child is not eating mindfully. He or she doesn't know that how much he or she is supposed to eat. That's why there could be some or the other digestive problem in the child, and it could lead to obesity. The child might have a sleep problem. You share that what health problems you see in your children as of now. It is very important for us to understand that why as parents we give these screens to our kids in first place. First of all, most of us don't know the harmful effects of these screens ourselves. But now we know. I hope we don't give it at least now. Secondly, we want to prevent our child from boredom. We think it is a prime responsibility to entertain our child. But do you know, according to science, boredom is the first phase of creativity. When the child is getting bored, he or she would figure out himself or herself that what next to do. Give him that time to get bored and ask these questions like, what would you like to do next? What is another thing that will entice you? The child may pick up a drawing book, or he may start reading a book, or he may start gardening, whatever. But at least he would figure out something for himself, and that will lead to creativity and imagination. Besides that, I've just mentioned that we use phone as a babysitter. We give it to our kids when we are busy in some or the other activity. Also, I made this mistake that I gave it to the child while eating, thinking that my child will eat just out of that emotion as a mother. Again, it is a very harmful thing which we do as a parent. Another reason that I generally see is we hand over phones or other screens when we want our peace of mind or we want to relax. But should we really relax at the cost of their harm? I think not. It's just that being mindful of all these reasons that I've just given, you will avoid giving screens to your kids henceforth. In next video, we are going to talk about how to de-addict ourselves, the adults, from the phone to set better example for our kids. I hope you liked today's video. Please do like, share and subscribe and press the notification button to watch our next video.